Dear viewers, under construction properties is something which attracts a lot of investors in the real estate. But it is not a very simple affair to invest in under construction properties. While it offers certain benefits, there are pitfalls that you might fall into, there are precautions that you need to take, and there are several things you should focus on before you decide to invest in under construction properties. In this episode, we are going to examine all aspects of investing in under construction properties for you. The expert of the week, chartered accountant Arun Tiwari, is going to bring to you all the points that you have to keep in mind while you invest in under construction properties. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant, but your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Dear viewers, the expert of the week is chartered accountant Arun Tiwari. Arun Tiwari is not new to you. He has done multiple videos in the past, and many of the videos that he has done has got popular approval and have gone viral. In today's episode, he's going to talk to you about the under construction properties and the points that you have to keep it in mind. To introduce Arun Tiwari is a practicing chartered accountant with over 8 years experience in the stock market. He has vast team. Prior to that, he has worked with Citibank in private equity, and he was managing their hedge fund team as well. A rich experience of working in real estate, practicing chartered accountants, stock market, a man with extraordinary caliber, Mr. Arun Tiwari. Welcome to the show. Kindly help my audience with your inputs on subject of the day.
So thanks a lot, Mr. Chandrakant, again to give me this opportunity on this platform. And I'm really happy to help the audience investment in the under construction property.
Mr. Tiwari, NRI community is always attracted to real estate. One of the things they always think about is, can I invest in under construction properties? Because many times the builders quote a price which is lower and they get attracted to investing in under construction property. My question to you is there a merit in investing in under construction property? Are there any benefits? What do you feel being the person who has seen real estate from very close quarters?
Okay, so as per my experience, three main reasons why NRI basically go for under construction property. First is a lower price, because most of cases builder quote a very low price, which is mouth watering. And second reason is payment period, because when you invest in under construction property, you don't have to pay all the money at once. So your payment is spread across maybe 2 years, 3 years. And this in nutshell gives them a very attractive ROI, return on investment. And another one thing I can say that is the promotion, because you know that they promote like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and most of them basically go for that. So these are three reasons we have to understand, which basically draw a lot of NRIs towards under construction property.
Arun, one question that comes to my mind. Yes, the real estate is offered on much lower rate than what the markets can quote, and people fall to it. Are there things that people have to keep it in mind? Are there challenges? Are there problems? Are there things which might slip out of control? What precautions people have to keep in mind while they invest in under construction properties?
Okay, before I answer this question, let me give first my understanding about the under construction real estate. See, first thing, it's not a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's basically high risk, high return proposition, because you might get a very high return, but at the same time, there is a lot of risk where the project itself can stuck. The builder can go bankrupt. There can be some legal issues, administrative issues. So many things we have seen in the past. Even the big names in the builder has gone bankrupt. So again, so it is the people have to see this opportunity as from the point of view, high risk, high return. Definitely, it's a good investment, but they have to be very careful when choosing that. Now, I want to give certain scenarios which can go wrong if you're investing in under construction property. First can be the approval not received. I have seen many cases, and some cases I have seen that even the builder has not got the land in their possession, and they started marketing this property. It was very it was happening earlier before RERA, but now even after RERA, I will just say RERA is a real estate regulation authority. The law has come up, but even after that, some builders are still resorting to that. Now, NRIs are not in this country, so most of the cases, they're not even aware of what is the ground reality, what is the situation happening. Oh, somebody somewhere put a board and they start promoting and people start investing in that. And if I say which can go wrong is a builder can go bankrupt. It has happened in past. I can give the example of Lodha builder. Even DLF, some project has got into problems. So not only small builders, even the big builders into problem. Third reason I can give this, what the problem can happen with under construction. The construction can stretch beyond the period. Sometimes they say it's 2 years and it goes beyond 3 years or maybe 10 years and the project's still not completed. So that's another pitfall, another problem which investor can face. Last problem I can say is liquidity. See, once you invested in a property, if it is under construction, even you cannot get out of that. And the situation will become very bad if it's a property where some litigation or legal or some other issues has come up. You are like shocked, you're blocked there. So that's the biggest problem. And that's why later on I will give some precaution that they should take when they are investing in such properties.
Arun, earlier we didn't have the RERA. Now RERA has prescribed certain conditions, how you can conduct a real estate business, what could be your financial strength, what you can do, what you should not do. Now, are the builders complying with RERA, or is there still a possibility that public can be gullible and fall prey to those builders which work not under the radar of RERA? Or how do you say, what is it the RERA has done to safeguard the investors in such kind of under construction property?
Okay, so I will definitely like to answer this question. This after RERA, there has been a sea changes in the real estate industry, and this is good for investor because I can see the changes are so drastic that lots of those fraud kind of builders, they have left the business itself because now it's not possible. Like unless you don't have a RERA approval, you cannot market the properties. Now it is up to the invest properties they are buying that are registered in RERA or not. And there is very transparent way. You just go to RERA website, put the builders or the project's name, and you can find out that it is whether it's registered or not. Even you can find out when they are promising to complete the projects. So yes, the transparency has come very good way. But again, the awareness is the key. If the people understand there is a RERA, and the RERA has given lots of power to buyers where they can go and complain against the builder, and RERA can force builder to complete the project or hand over the project material. So yes, RERA has changed the way the real estate industry used to work, and now Indian real estate industry is far more transparent, and people can at least trust now. There is somebody where they can go if there is any problem. So yes, RERA has done changes.
See, one of the observations or one of the feeling that could be there in the mind of a buyer is there is RERA, so nothing will go wrong because the regulator is there. How correct is this assumption? Or in spite of regulatory supervision, still things can go wrong?
Now, again, see, I'm just comparing this with a simple example. There is a SEBI who is protecting investors, right? But when you're investing in a company, it's your duty to check whether the company is right or not. So again, this is the second this thing, and this will take time. Suppose some builder go bankrupt, it will take time before the project will come back. They will hand over to somebody else. But if before investing, you just do maybe small due diligence, background check, because you're investing a huge amount. So at the first place, you will not get into problem. So don't think like the RERA is taking care of everything. They're not like micromanaging any project. They are kind of a resort you can take when you get into problem. But it's your duty, it's your money to check before getting into any project that the project is good, the builder is good, they have done projects earlier, and what is the feedback from the earlier projects. So these things, of course, investor has to take care. But of course, they have some resorts now.
Yeah, so just because RERA is there, it doesn't mean that things can't go bad. But the situation is far better than what it was earlier. But in spite of that, buyer beware still holds good. So when you are investing in under construction property, there are things which you should really look into. Make sure that you have not overlooked any aspect. Make sure that you have not taken an emotional decision. And those things are still pertinent. Arun,
right?
If you have to give an advice to my viewers, they want to invest in under construction properties. Here are the things that you have to do. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that you want to list, so that the outcome will be an happy ending one. What are the due diligence that they need to be doing, and the solutions that you will recommend for them?
Right. So see, first important part, I'm always say that when you're going for an under construction property, first question investor should ask, are they ready to block their money for an uncertain period? If they need money, if they have some money which is basically they may require any time for under construction property. Still, you can buy some ready-made property because the liquidity of ready-to-move property is still better. So only those money which you can park for 5 years, maybe 10 years also, you go for under construction because you don't know. The money can stuck. Second precaution or second advice I will give, always go with a reputed builder. Of course, this is not a guarantee, but still they are well funded. If suppose some builders are listed on stock market, like for example, DLF is there, some other builders are there, they can raise money from other sources also. Now, what happened? The biggest problem I have observed, generally they take projects beyond their capital capacity and they put their hands here, somewhere there, like somewhere, and with them you are also stuck. So better go with a reputed builder. This is second advice. If possible, even their rates are not that lucrative, still it will be safer. Third, I will say the very important part, check the RERA. So you have to go to RERA website. And let me tell you one thing, for every state, there is a different RERA website. So it's not a central government's website. If you're living in any like Maharashtra, there is a MahaRERA. If you're living in some other state, so every state has a different website, different authority. You have to go check this thing, whether the builder is registered or not. Just don't believe what the builder is saying. Third, if I say that better you go with a project which is at least 50% complete, because the chances of completion that project is much higher than a project just starting. Even suppose you cannot hold yourself, you're saying, no, this is a very mouth-watering opportunity and the rate is very good. At least ensure the footings are out. So in building line, it is called that footings take at least 20% of cost of construction. So once the footing is out, that means the project is out of like it is above the ground. Then builder have more confidence because the booking comes more. And then one more thing is you can make sure once the footing is out, that means there cannot be legal issues. This is my experience, because once somebody done the footing, if somebody has a legal objection, they will put it, right? But some places I have seen people invest in a project where they have not put a stone also, just a board. So don't go for this. Try to give at least 50%. This is my advice, or at least the footing is out. Next, if I want to say certain things which they have to take care is if they are taking help of any agent. So even real estate agent has to be registered with RERA. And one more thing I'm telling you, the agent has to be assigned to that project. Then only he can sell. So if you go to RERA registration, you can find the name of the agent also, because then only you can take action against not only the builder, but the agent also for the mis-selling. This gives you a double guarantee that you can go against both the parties. And I will talk one more, few more point about the RERA, but maybe later. So these are few things which you can take care. And I think it can ensure at least that you are not getting into some bad investment.
So to summarize, the checkpoints that the investors have to check is, first of all, step one, check whether the builder is registered under RERA or not. Go to the website. RERA is a state subject, so you have to check in the respective states RERA website. Check the builder is registered or not. 2, check whether the project is registered under that or not. 3, check whether the broker with whom you are dealing is attached to the project or not. 4th, check if the footings have come out, which is an indication that builder is serious and is starting, as well as there may not be the legal complication. It is not a guarantee that there are no legal complications, but if it were to be there, probably somebody would have objected by that time. See to what extent the project has come up. The more the construction is done, the safer you are. If you take these things, probably you will be zeroing in on a project which might get completed on time. Yes, Arun, you were telling something about RERA you wanted to bring to the notice of the viewers. What are the points?
Yes. So before RERA, I will also give one more point just for the sake. See, most of NRIs basically they don't want that property to be delivered to them. Basically, they just want to invest when the project is starting, and most of the time they want to come out when the project is complete. They have to speak with the builder whether they have some rules and regulations regarding in construction transfer. So generally they have some rules and regulations. This is very important. It will give you option that if nobody will buy this property, I will buy at this rate. So this will give you further comfort, because I've seen in some cases builder don't allow you to transfer it in between, right? So you may lose an opportunity or some other things can happen. So this is also important. And if it is not there, at least insist him that give you an option that if somebody else is ready to buy within the construction period, the builder will allow that. So this is one thing. Now let's talk about RERA. So RERA, what is my experience? I have done work in RERA also. I have done registration for builder also and broker also. So as I told you, the RERA is basically second stage where you have to go. First stage, you have to check it. Third thing, you have to check that whatever state, one more thing I want to tell you about the RERA is, in the RERA, basically builder is not registered, project is registered. So sometimes people say this builder is registered in RERA. get registered, the project is get registered. So for every project, builder has to get a separate registration. Even if they are buying a property where there are multiple towers in the same project, for each tower, they have to do separate registration. This is another thing because they can show you that project tower 1 is registered, tower 3 is not started. Okay, so that means you can get protection only related to tower 1, not tower 3, which is not registered, right? So this is another thing they have to check. This is very important. Lots of people are not aware. So sometimes what happens, they can show that this tower 1 is registered, but basically they are looking at tower 3, and tower 3 they have not registered yet. This ensure basically why the RERA do this way. RERA ensure that the project is delivered. Because understand, for every tower, they have to make arrangement for funds. So sometimes builder can do this trick also. So you have to be very careful about that. I have already spoken about the agent part. So they have to be careful that agent should be registered and should be registered against that tower, not against the project. And every project, builder upload the list of brokers with them you can deal. So these two things, if you ensure in RERA, then it will be safe. And then third, you have to note down in each, you can say state, there is a, you can say officer where you can contact, and you don't need to come down to India to make a complaint. The complaint can be made online. So this is very helpful for NRIs because they don't have to come here to fight a case with a builder. Let me tell you one more thing. The complaint in RERA is more effective than filing a case against the builder because builder get a lot of backing. So I have seen lots of cases which is just going on for 10 years and for 12 years. But with RERA, these things can be very well and very in short term, they can be shortlisted or can be solved. So this is some few things, yeah.
One more question that comes to my mind is the money transfer. Now the project is listed in RERA. All these things will appear very correct. But where does the investor transfer this money? Is there an escrow account for it? How will they make sure that the monies are getting transferred to right account? And in the GARMA of RERA registered properties, the money will not go into the wrong accounts.
Yeah, so even when they register the project, they have to list the bank account also. So they can check the bank account also. They are transferring the right account. And every builder for every project, they have to maintain a separate account. And that is called escrow account. From there, they have to transfer money as per the progress of the building. And that progress has to be certified by a chartered accountant. So as I have done that certification, so I know that if this is a good builder and some good auditor are doing the certification, then fund cannot be mismanaged or misused. So even the bank account, you can find out on RERA website. So that is pretty much done.
So if an investor checks in the RERA website, he can see whether the project is listed there or not. One of the things that has to be kept in mind is just don't rest reading there that this project is listed. See whether the tower in which you are invested, whether that is included in this or not. Each tower has to be registered separately. You can also see the bank account to which the funds have to be transferred. So whenever you are transferring the funds, you transfer it to the bank account which is mentioned in the registered under RERA bank account. So if anybody asks you to transfer money to any other place, you should refrain from doing that. That could be inviting. You may get this money later or not, but you will undergo all kinds of troubles in the interim trying to extract that money out. And if you have a complaint, you can complain to RERA directly online. As per the views of Arun, it makes sense for you to complain to RERA for a quick redressal than to go for a litigation with the builder yourself. Am I right, Arun?
Yes.
Arun, RERA has good intention. Lawmakers have got good intention. In spite of all this, the human mind works in different ways to defraud people, try to extract money, try to make a quick gain out of the dealings. It's there always in all countries at all times. In spite of all these RERA regulations, are there other methods, the dubious method which has come to your notice by which the builders try to extract money from the gullible investors? You have any points to add here?
Yes. See, I have seen or I have interacted with few people and they given me 2 or 3 methods. I will explain 1 or 2 here. And one method is basically asking them to pay in some other account and give them a slightly better rate, maybe 200 rupees extra, less. So people are just because they get attracted. This is the biggest problem. And then because you're paying in some other account, it is not covered by RERA. And they show that that payment as a loan. Now you are a loan holder for the builder, not the investor. Now you cannot approach RERA. RERA simply say that you have given loan and you are not. Second thing, what they do, they basically don't give you the allotment letter. Now understand, if you're making payment, it's very important to get an allotment letter with the plat number or very distinctive identity of the real estate property you're getting. If it's suppose it's a bungalow or something, you have to get a particular because then only you are the investor. So sometimes they say that, okay, we'll give this allotment letter at the time of registration. This is wrong. If you are paying money now, you have to get a allotment letter now itself. Otherwise, you are not covered. So be very sure that when you are making payment, you make payment to only escrow account and you get an allotment letter. Yes, I can understand some places they do registration very late, but allotment letter they can issue initially itself. Once you make at least 10 or 20% payment to that. That's another point I want to add here.
See, one question that came to my mind is, suppose if people take a bank loan, then the bankers have done the due diligence on the project, the correctness, the payments that have been done. Is there a possibility that an investor can take a bank loan for under construction properties? Can this work as another layer of safety for investors when they put in the money?
Yes, of course. See, most of the time I advise people to take loan. Even they have money in their bank account, still go and take some loan. Because then what happened, if it's a good bank, national bank, generally they do due diligence. And most of the properties are pre-approved. Pre-approved means they have already done the legal and other parts. So now they are extra covered. The investors are extra covered. Okay, so they don't have to do. But one more thing I want to add, some places, the NRIs, they don't want to take the loan because it's 3 years, they get the time to pay. And they just think that, okay, they will pay themselves. In such condition, it's very worthwhile to go with a known lawyer and at least do some due diligence for the project from their own cost, because it will be very helpful. And it doesn't cost much, maybe 5,000, 10,000. And they can at least ask that whatever land the building is situated, that doesn't have any disputed history or everything is in place. So the lawyer who is dealing in property matter can help them to find out all these small loopholes. And even they can ask them the documents to study. Like generally builder offer a document for them. So they can study your document and they can find out if there is something where the builder can create a trouble. So this is another way they can safeguard them if they're not going for loan.
So taking a loan, whether it's for a fully completed project or an under construction property, gives you that one extra layer of safety, because the lender, which is an institution, will also do the due diligence, and chances of you getting into trouble comes down drastically down. Do consider taking a bank loan, approach a bank, tell your situation, tell the project, and they will also do the due diligence and say, relax, they can bring it to your notice, and probably that works in your favor.
Yes, of course.
Dear viewers, hope the video that I have done today helped you to understand the pitfalls and the problems of investing in under construction property. While the under construction properties give you a better price, but it also comes with its own set of problems for you. Hope the video we have done today helped you to understand all aspects of investing in under construction properties. If it did help you to understand these things, do like this video. Mr. Arun Tiwari, my gratitude goes to you for your time to come and explain all these points for the benefit of my NRI community. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir, to giving this opportunity, and hope this video make some positive impact on the followers who are planning to buy a under construction property. Thank you.
Dear viewers, NRI Money Clinic gives you 2 value-filled videos every week. Every Tuesday, an expert comes and speaks on the subject matter on which he is an expert on. Every Friday, I talk to you on your life, your money. Do consider subscribing to this channel. If you are yet to subscribe for this channel, please hit that subscribe button now and press the bell icon. Don't forget to share these videos with your near and dear ones and the friends and relatives. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic. I shall be back with you with yet another episode of Expert Speak next Tuesday with yet another expert. Till then, stay safe.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.